Oh, no, no, no. They said they did their job. They told me that they did their job. They told me that they would take the sample and they would test it for date rape drugs before I left, because I refused to leave until they agreed to test it for date rape drugs. I was sick for multiple days afterwards. Not something I would be sick from if I had just been drunk. Because I'm 34 years old. I know what I feel like after I get drunk. I know what I feel like after I get too drunk. But that being said, then after I left, because they said that it would take a couple days and then they'd contact me with the results, and I was like, okay. So a couple days went by and then they didn't contact me. So I contacted them and then they refused to release my records to me. So I had to file a report with the state of Pennsylvania, and I said, hey, they're refusing to release my records. So then they begrudgingly complied and sent me a copy of my records. The copy of my records said that they had my sample for a whopping 30 minutes. They tested it to see if I was a drug addict, and then they destroyed the sample. Now, I've talked to Rape Crisis Center personnel because I've had some issues with this, some major issues with this, mental health-wise, and I've been trying to deal with it, but I've talked to people, and what they think is it's likely that it was GHB, but regardless, GHB and Rohypnol, neither one were tested in my system. Like, they weren't tested. So they could have been in my system, but it wasn't ever tested, and I can never get it tested, not even by an independent lab. In addition to all of this, the Violence Against Women Act states specifically that the testing for date rape drugs should be covered under the law. So my request was required by federal law to be approved, and it's supposed to be covered. My visit was supposed to be covered. Somehow, even though the hospital neglected to get proper contact information for me, they did their best to bill my insurance company without my consent or knowledge. And I'm being charged over $6,600. And I'll never get answers. And I'll never be able to go and participate in life like I could before. And there's nothing the state will do. I've even talked to the governor's office. And I've contacted senators. And I've contacted attorneys. And that is where we're at right now. So yeah, it didn't age well. Just be safe out there.